This is the SU-85B. This is a Tier 4 Russian tank destroyer. This vehicle is the one I've had the most fun in. I mean, it's outperformed all other tank destroyers, with the exceptions of the really high tier ones. This is the one that I've had most success with. I mean, so far, I had 6 top guns, more than any other vehicle, and 9 kills in a battle. And that's the highest one in the game for me. And this number just keeps going higher. I mean, excuse me. This number just keeps going higher. I mainly use it to train crews for other tank destroyers. Right now I'm trying to train these guys for the SU-152. Alright. Okay. The main problem with this vehicle is its armor. It goes, but that's really the only problem with this vehicle. I mean, it compensates for that in a lot of different ways. And for Tier 4, it's not really that big of a deal. Not really that big of an issue. I mean, there's plenty of... A lot of Tier 4 vehicles don't have a lot of armor. I think the most... The PZ3 has 70 for its frontal armor, but the rest of it is just one big weak spot. So armor is not really that big of an issue with this tank, but it does compensate for it. It has a high view range, has a good signal range, good speed, good transverse. It's a very mobile tank once you upgrade it all. But the main features are its guns. If a tank doesn't have a good gun, it's just not going to be fun to play with. It's just going to be a waste of time. Take like the B1 doesn't have a good gun. Has real problems with his gun. The BDR, the first 2 guns are crap. Just not worth even trying to go through. And what's another one? Oh, the AMX-40 is a tank with a 4 gun on it. But these are the guns available for this tank. I mean, here's the one that's first going to be available to you. It has excellent penetration. Accuracy, damage is a little low, but it has a horrendous rate of fire. Excellent accuracy, excellent aiming time. This is going to be more like a machine gun. The next gun available to you is this one. It still has excellent penetration, has more damage, and slightly reduced rate of fire, but it's still very high for the gun. It has okay accuracy and good aiming time. This one is the top gun. That's the one that really makes the tank. It's the one I use, the one I had most success with. I always use this gun. I mean, every time I buy this vehicle, I just go straight for this gun. And because it has excellent penetration for a tier 4. I mean, that's That's more than some tier 5s get. And it has a good damage rating for the gun. It has excellent rate of fire, excellent accuracy, excellent aiming time. That's damage is enough to put a tier 2 vehicle out of action. If tier 2 gets hit with it, it's just gone. And especially with artillery. And just to show you, this is what it looks like. Now for the mods. The radio, you'll get this radio immediately from the 76. And this radio will really help you make use of your view range. This one, you'll need the upgraded suspension to load all the modules, and you get a 2-degree increase in transverse. The engine, you'll start off with the stock engine, which is still very mobile, and you'll go to this upgraded engine, which is 100 horsepower more, but it also has a 15% chance of fire, and the guns we already talked about. This video is to show you just how powerful this vehicle actually is. I mean, I'll just save the climax for later. And to show you just how powerful the gun is too. Okay, yeah, they're all going up here, and they're going to go over to here. That's where generally most tanks go to. Also here, and I'm having fun in the chat. I just put up 500 gold for the T1. Here it's zooming in. This read the chat too. Shots like this is very possible with this gun. Got him. This is really the ideal place for this tank because Here's a nice corridor for him to shoot at. Doesn't know we can get around the sides. I've won a lot of games like this with this tank. It's using the branches for cover. Yeah, that gun depression is a real problem with this tank. It does have difficulty climbing up hills. Of course, this is Dragon Ridge, and Dragon Ridge has a whole bunch of hills, and they're steep and they're difficult to climb. So although these hills can be used for cover, they could be used to your advantage. The Hetzer got a lot too. Oh, he's right here. I didn't see him. This is the guy who platoons with. Is in this one.